You rise with the sun, and the fields are waiting for you. For Swami, here in a village in South India, the call of the fields comes earlier these days. He must hurry with his normal duties, for the spectrum of his activities is now widening. He must hurry with the bullocks and the plough to tune the land to his new temple. He must hurry because the village has summoned him.
ಇಂದ ಹೋದಿ ಏನ್ರಿ ಶೋರ್ ಹಾಕಣೋ ಅವ ಬಂದಿಡುವ
சீக்கிர சோறு வைமா வெளியில போகணும்.
There is no time to tarry at breakfast either. No time to answer in full mother's questions. Why are you up so early? Why this impatience? I've got to go, mother, to attend a meeting to organize the village volunteer force. The Panchayat officer explains, I invite you to join the village volunteer force, to pool our strength, to defend our village and our country, to link our hands, to produce more, to lend our services in the cause of mass education. Volunteers offer themselves. Swami too. Along with the others, he pledges to defend the country, to mobilize all resources, both human and material, as the village's contribution to the national effort. All over the country, in fact, there is similar enthusiasm and response. The volunteer force is being formed in each one of hundreds and thousands of our villages, under the supervision of the panchayats, to produce a reservoir of trained manpower. Back home, Swami's enthusiasm is not clear to mother. No time to eat, no time to relax. You are wrong, mother. I am now a member of the village volunteer force, and we shall make this village a prosperous one. Almost the first task of the volunteers is to keep themselves in physical trim.
Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Drill and other exercises, under the supervision of coaches, mold them into a disciplined body, equipped to take care of the civil defense needs of this village. The exercises are designed to instill a sense of participation in the nationwide defense effort. Learning to attend to injuries is the first requisite of anybody committed to service. First aid is thus a must for the volunteers. The volunteers also learn to respond to the toxin. All hands to the extinguishing of the fire. The first step in the mass education program of the volunteer force is the dissemination of correct information. The dangers that threaten the country are explained. People are kept abreast of events. Doubts are cleared. The volunteers combat rumor mongering. Truth alone can strengthen morale, and it is their job to see that it reaches the villagers. The activities of the force include safeguarding of the lines of communications. A vigil is maintained to ensure the safety of the railway track. Swami's new phase of activity does not impress mother. She can't understand what all the fuss is about. But mother, our freedom is threatened, and only all of us working together can preserve it. To mobilize our manpower, to increase production, defense labor banks are being established in the villages. Each able-bodied person donates his labor at the rate of 1 day in a month. The pool thus created is harnessed to constructive activity. The members of the village volunteer force are among the donors of the bank. They all join together to raise productivity of the soil. Fallow and arid lands are brought under the plough. The volunteer force is thus a great instrument in a great cause, to grow more food, to feed the Javans and the country. The force also undertakes minor irrigation projects. Channels are cut and water is brought to the thirsting land. The nation's unutilized irrigation potential, estimated at some 1,497,338 hectares, under major and medium irrigation projects alone, has to be exploited in full if the land is to respond to our overtures. The cooperative endeavor also embraces production of other necessities such as fruit and vegetables. In fact, every aspect of agricultural production is covered. Special schemes relating to dry farming, intensive cultivation, and other measures to raise productivity are now in operation. It is an effort that needs every available hand. The village volunteer force fills this need. Today, each village has mobilized its resources to the country's cause. From growing food to repairing and renovating tanks, the constructive activity is gathering fresh force and yielding new results. Road construction through Shramdan is another activity which will help the country, not only during the present emergency, but bears promise of changing village life for the better. It has been estimated that over 1,000 million rupees worth of Shramdan has gone into development projects between 1952 and 1962. Now the programs are being integrated to achieve the maximum possible impact. All have something to contribute to the cause. Those unable to donate labor come forward with cash. These contributions are invested in productive enterprises such as brick kilns. The integrated program includes development of fisheries. The women's wing of the volunteer force is also active. They look after the families of Javans and the education of the young. And tokens of appreciation and confidence are sent to the Javans. Now what of Swami's mother? This time, friendly pressure is on her to allow her daughter to enroll herself in the village volunteer force. Swami too lends his support. Something clicks. Perhaps the earnestness of the young, perhaps the results achieved so far. The lady gives her approval. Indeed, all over the country, as here in a village in Madras, the village volunteer force is gaining momentum. But it will realize its full potential only when the 200 million adults in village India work in unison. If 20 crores of adults in the rural sector work in this way, the Prime Minister says, they will produce assets of 300 crores of rupees annually for themselves. Then indeed, the village volunteer force would be a mighty instrument that can shape the destiny of our nation.